Check out Kanye.
Christian ran families, the Medici, 1,000-year-old families. They sit above the Vatican. The Vatican sits above the financial groups, BlackRock and Vanguard. Vanguard sits above Putin, Kim Jong-un, Biden. And you know who's under all of them?
Pay attention.
Ari Emanuel, Hollywood. It is the first line of defense for the CIA for mind control. Come and get me.
Maybe it's just me, but this kind of sounds like the type of thing Prince and Michael Jackson were saying before they died.
The New World Order, the New America.
This is what I've been telling you for the longest. Hollywood is their operating system. Hollywood is the basic groundwork for it all. So when you hear Hollywood being incorporated into things, like when you see, for instance, you see celebrities, and then you see these celebrities pictured with politicians, and the same celebrities you see pictured with politicians, you'll see pictured with athletes. The same celebrities you'll see pictured with politicians and athletes, you'll see with your A-list entertainers. We're talking about, like, you know, whoever your top actors are, your top entertainers, your Taylor Swifts, your Beyoncés, your Rihannas, your A$AP Rockies. You know, you see them pictured with a lot of high-end people. You also see people that are connected into other industries pictured with these same people. And what I'm basically getting at is Hollywood is an entity unto itself, meaning that all of these dudes, whether they're in sports, whether they're in any type of entertainment, any type of, you know, acting, football, basketball, whatever, rap music, especially rap music, you know, all of that. Once you reach a certain level, and when I say reach a certain level, lines become blurred. You ever see certain artists will come out, they'll make a hit record. You'll see them for a while. They'll get involved in fashion. They'll get involved in a lot of other things, you know, and then they'll kind of, you won't really hear about them too much anymore. After that, you'll see them attached to another high-end celebrity sometime a couple years later. And this person wasn't even, quote unquote, relevant in the algorithm. It's because these algorithms, how they promote certain people, when I tell you Hollywood controls all of this, Kanye just broke down how the families basically run all of this from the top to the bottom. And Hollywood is at the bottom. So it's your basic operating network, meaning everything these families are doing, whether they're financial families, the cabal, esoteric, spiritual families, whatever they're doing, it all gets funneled down into Hollywood entertainment. What we get from Hollywood is the byproduct. We laugh, we cry, we get attached to these entertainers, and that's the trap. Once you get attached to these entertainers, you become intertwined. You get in an entanglement. You get in an emotional entanglement with these entertainers because lines get blurred. For instance, we all loved R. Kelly's music. Still love R. Kelly's music. If he hadn't done the things he done, nobody would be complaining about his music. Let's just keep it all the way 100. Now, if we knew what was going on with all these other entertainers, their dirty secrets, R. Kelly is just one that got exposed. And for the people talking about we shouldn't play R. Kelly's music and things like that, I understand your emotion. I understand where you're coming from. But at the same time, we also have to look at the fact that from the time R. Kelly came out, when they knew R. Kelly was this prolific writer, entertainer, all of that, people got around him. And when I say people got around him, I'm talking about industry folks, deep industry folks. They got around him. They allowed him cultivation space. They allowed him to be who he was going to be. And I'm not going to go into the man's personal life and all of that, but I'll just say they knew that they had a cash cow, an endless cash cow. So R. Kelly started writing songs for everybody. Everybody. And when I say everybody, I'm talking about gospel, R&B, pop songs, everything. A lot of those songs I don't know the entire scope of what all he wrote. Know for a fact, the late 90s on to the early 2000s up to like 2010 and beyond, a lot of that stuff is R. Kelly. They'll never tell you, but a lot of that stuff R. Kelly wrote. If he didn't write it, he produced it and he co-wrote it. That's the reason I say these are industry cash cows. Taylor Swift is an industry cash cow. Her tickets went on sale, $500 a pop, sold out. Do you realize the sellout price of all of Taylor Swift's tickets across the board? From the time they went on sale, those tickets sold out minutes later, not hours later, minutes later. It was at like $1.2 billion was going to be made off of that tour. Now, this is just the entertainment aspect. Like I said, we get the byproduct of that. We get to go to the show and see the lights, the flashing lights. We get to hear the music, the artist performs right in front of us and everything. So we get a few hours of an experience, Hollywood magic. People actually feel like that $500 was worth a couple hours experience. And when I say a couple hours, I'm talking about opening acts. Because you're only going to get this person that you paid this $500 for. You're only getting them for less than an hour. So think about that. They can get you to pay that type of money. Hell, man, I've been to shows where I done rubbed elbows with cats that was paying $1,500 for tickets. And I'm backstage. And they telling me how much they pay for different little shit and like that. So I know this is a big industry, big business. Entertainment is big business. PsyOps is big business. They run PsyOps through music, through entertainment, through sports, through all of this. And this is all connected, as I've been telling you before. It goes back to Hollywood. Hollywood is the basic element of all of this, because if it's not coming out of Hollywood, then it's people aspiring to be a part of Hollywood. And once they can get a taste of Hollywood and they can get into some of these circles, if they're, I don't want to say fortunate enough, if that's what they're aiming for, if they're fortunate enough, then we see them manipulated as pawns on the world stage table. But this was just short video. I didn't mean to ramble on, but I was just listening to Kanye talk about a few things, talk about this whole breakdown, which I'll play it again.
But previous to that, we do have Christian ran families, the Medici, 1,000-year-old families. They sit above the Vatican. The Vatican sits above the financial groups, BlackRock and Vanguard. Vanguard sits above Putin, Kim Jong-un, Biden. And you know who's under all of them? Ari Emanuel, Hollywood. It is the first line of defense for the CIA for mind control. Come and get me.
Yeah, I am Honorable October 9. This is the Art of Thinking Out Loud live, common sense analytics. Just a little short thought. You know, like I said, this is the Art of Thinking Out Loud live. So we do spontaneous thoughts. Catch y'all later.